What's going on, guys? So right now, currently watching the futures market on the Nasdaq. Had a little bit of a nasty pullback from that 15,580, 15,570 all the way down to about 15,420, 15,410. We were down close to 200 points. Right now, trying to make a little bit of a recovery, trying to see if this is a little bit of a dead cat bounce. Right now, what I'm watching is the 20 simple moving average on the 5-minute time frame. Got the 50 moving average up here. So what I'm mainly looking to see is, can we clear out the 10-day moving average, get some sort of confirmation, or are we going to roll back through the lows here? You can see down here, I was playing a little bit of the futures. So if you guys are a member of my Discord, you've seen me post today, going to be adding to my revenue stream by dialing in and playing a little bit of futures. So if you guys follow me already, you guys know predominantly I play triple Qs. I'm going to be playing Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, so on and so forth, right? I'm an options player, so that's where I make my bread and butter. But the market has been very, very choppy. We're stuck within a range. And, because I monitor the NASDAQ futures so much anyways, and I'm always kind of using them as a guide for my options plays on the stocks that I trade, I figured, why not? Let's give, some futures trading a go. So what I'm currently doing, I'm kind of working on a strategy here for the futures. I have not played the futures before. A chart is a chart though. Price action is price action. So just kind of getting familiar with the way that these things kind of move, when it comes to trading futures contracts. So the first day that I played, I actually played the minis. And, if you've ever played like Tesla or Amazon, when these things really start to go, they really start to move. So it's like the same thing when you're playing the minis. These contracts are moving in dollars chunks very, very quickly. So until I kind of dial in my trading strategy for futures, I'm going to be playing the micros. And with that being said, just kind of perfecting, the strategy that I want to run with here in the futures market. And if you're not familiar with, prop firm trading or being a funded trader. So right now I'm going through a combine for Top Step, and I'm going to put all of this information in the Discord. If you guys want to reach out to me and you guys possibly want to become a funded trader, let's say you guys want to day trade, but maybe you don't have the capital to trade futures, or maybe your personal brokerage account, you're under $25,000. So you guys can't really day trade. You're limited. Or even if you've got a smaller account and you're playing options, but you can't really afford the Teslas and the Amazons and stuff like that. Because a lot of times I'll be playing Teslas and Amazons, and there's some people in the Discord, they can't necessarily afford those contracts, or it's too much risk for their account size. So they have to simmer it down a little bit. But the thing with being a funded trader through a prop firm is, you pay a very, very small entry fee. Yeah, you have to do a little bit of simulation trading. So currently right now I'm on a simulation combine. And if you don't know what that means, is basically, you have some goals and objectives. So for the prop firm that I chose, I have to hit $3,000 profit target. And then I also have to keep my daily maximum loss under $1,000. I've also got to keep a running trailing stop loss, or a trailing drawdown of like $2,000 a week. So forth and so forth. Mainly what it is they want to see, can you manage risk, right? If these people are going to put up $50,000, $100,000, $150,000 for you to trade with a minimal investment, like for example, the combine that I'm going through right now, the simulator that I'm going through cost me around $150. So assuming that I pass, right, which shouldn't be too hard, you pass the combine, you get funded through their brokerage. They give you $50,000 trading account, and then you trade with minimal risk on that, prop firm's brokerage account, kind of just managing that capital. Obviously, there's going to be some rules and stipulations. You're going to have maximum drawdowns. You're going to have, weekly losses that you can't touch, so forth and so forth. But it's like, I've read a lot of people, some people are against going with trading with a prop firm because it's like, if you can make money on your own, why do you necessarily need a prop firm? So for me, I could most definitely fund, a futures brokerage account, put in 25,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, trade my own money. But the way that I look at it is like, why do I want to risk my own cash? I can just continue playing my options in my personal brokerage account, kind of leverage the prop firm's capital, and just kind of, add this as a supplemental income. So that's what I'm looking to do here, is just kind of add a supplemental income. And if I can use the prop firm's cash to trade, so forth, right? So forth. It is what it is. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of document my process as I go through this trading combine, kind of show, how the progress is going. When do I actually become a funded trader? How long before I get my first payout? The profit split with the prop firm company is an 80-20 split, meaning that I'm going to take 80% of the profits, so they keep 20%, which is understandable. That's not my money that I'm trading with. If they're going to give me up to $50,000 to trade with, what's 20%, right? You always got to kick some back to the house. So, and the thing with the prop firms is you can have you can work for multiple different prop firms, trade multiple different accounts. So, you can be funded through one for 50,000, another for 100,000. You can essentially, build up to where you're funded 2 or 3 different companies and be trading $300,000-$400,000 worth of capital. So you can kind of see that even if you're profiting 5-10% a month, 2% a month off trading $200,000-$300,000, it could be well worth it. For me, it's worth it just due to the fact that I am a full-time trader anyways. So maybe if I was working a full-time 9 to 5 and, trying to trade a personal account, trying to trade for the prop firm, it'd be a little difficult. But since I'm sitting around the screens all day anyways, looking at the sticks, I figured, be pretty cool, especially for the guys in the Discord, for some of the people that may have smaller accounts and maybe you want to go this route in trade for a prop firm. Would actually be pretty good if you fall under that PDT rule. You don't have enough capital. Definitely go out there, show your skills, show what you can get funded through one of these prop firm companies, and go ahead and trade some futures. So predominantly, I'm going to be trading the SPYs and the triple Qs, which is going to be ticker symbols /ES and /NQ, and for the micros, MNQ and MES. Predominantly, I'm not really looking to trade crude oil, not really looking to trade natural gas or gold or silver, although it all depends, maybe on a slower day or different kind of market rotation, maybe I'll play some crude oil here and there. But for me, the way I look at it, I'm so familiar with the way that the Nasdaq futures move anyways. It's just a natural fit. So currently getting rejected for the second time here off of the 10-day moving average on the 5-minute time frame on the Nasdaq futures. So what I'm kind of looking for right now is, can we break above the 10, get a close there? If we can get some kind of close over the 10-day moving average on the 5-minute time frame, I'll be looking for some confirmation to go long here. Going to kind of see if we do get this washout. If we do get a washout here, we potentially have maybe 10-15 points to the downside. You can see it starting to trickle down here. I kind of want to see what we do when we get back into this 15-4-10 area. If we do get back down to this 15-4-10 area and we do flush, I might take a short position on the NQ, but just kind of hanging out right now. You can see we have a little bit of consolidation here, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Just trying to see if this level can hold. If the Nasdaq can hold here, only thing I'm looking for is here. I want to see, is this going to be some sort of bear flag here? So if we do break down to the bottom, potential short position here on the NQ. If we can break above, then we potentially have room to the top side with about 50-60 points worth of room. So anyone looking to trade futures, anyone looking to day trade, I would definitely think about going the prop firm route, just due to the fact that if you do have a strategy and you do know how to day trade, you do have some risk management, you've got some discipline. I'm not saying you have to be a super experienced trader to, hop on board, but it would help if you've got some overall market knowledge already. I do my best in the Discord to kind of help and teach everyone everything that I know. I figure, the more people that I can share my knowledge with, the more people can profit. And that's really what it's all about, right? I mean, that's the whole reason why so many of us get into trading is, you want to be able to have that freedom of time, the freedom to be able to come into the markets, pick some good entries, use good risk management, make some money, have that freedom, have that time. So yeah, I mean, today currently I'm not up that much. I think I'm up about $124, but like I said, just kind of playing the market very, very small here. I'm just working on my strategy here. Obviously, we don't have a ton of volume right now in the overnight session. So that's kind of why I wanted to get my feet wet right now with the overnight session before tomorrow's regular trading session kicks off. I don't want to be fiddling around with a newer strategy for futures that I'm going to be using here when the market's a lot more hot and volatile. So just kind of want to see how the overall market moves. I want to see how these contracts move. Obviously, with the micros, they're going to move a lot slower. The dollar amount's not going to jump around so much. So, if you're a newer trader and you go straight into trading the mini contracts on the NQ, I mean, those things can jump hundreds of dollars within a matter of minutes. And if you're not safe or you take a bad entry, that can really, really kill your P&L for the day. So, you don't want to get caught with your pants down, definitely. I don't want to take it slow. Nothing but time, right? The market's going to be open tomorrow. It's going to be open the following day. It's going to be open next week, next year. There's no rush, guys. I mean, the main thing, so many times traders come into the market and they're looking for that one trade. They're looking to hit the home run and they're looking to, make the big bucks on one trade. That'll come, but you do need the capital. You need to be able to put out the risk, $100,000, $50,000, $200,000 worth of risk. And if you're not comfortable, in a drawdown of $500, $1,000 and being able to manage that risk, and having that go against you, you'll never be ready to trade, an account $500,000 worth of size and having that quickly draw down $5,000, $6,000 on you before it bounces back up. And especially if you're going to be day trading, you kind of want to, minimize that risk. So that's why I'm going the route with the micros, because these contracts are going to move very, very slow. The dollar amount's going to move, super tiny, right? I mean, super tiny. So it's kind of a slower pace, allows you to just settle down, relax, allow the trade to develop, allow the trade to work in your favor. If the trade fails, then you can, quickly get out and just practice your strategy. That's really what it's all about, is practicing your strategy. The more times you can practice your strategy with lower risk, the better. Last thing anyone wants to do is jump into, say, Tesla or Amazon 10, 20 contracts deep and be wrong on your position. The last thing you want to do is go trade 4 or 5 contracts of the E-minis on the Nasdaq futures and be wrong, especially when you're starting out. Take one contract, see if your strategy works, practice cutting your losses quick, kind of develop that mindset, because the more you can develop that mindset, the overall better you're going to be once you start to scale your size. So still having trouble here, being rejected under the 20 on the 5-minute time frame. If we kind of go to a bigger time frame and see where we're at here, well below the 50 and the 20 here. So we do have this lower wick here down around 15,400. Obviously, if we get any sort of washout through 15,400, 15,350 and 15,300 would be the next levels of interest here. So definitely going to keep my eye on that. Go to the 15-minute time frame here, kind of forming up this little, bear flag. We've really got to get back over this 15,460 to really change the momentum here. 30-minute time frame, same thing here. So, are we forming a little bit of a wedge here? So this is what I'm kind of looking at here. Could we bounce around here for the next 30 minutes to an hour before we either break out or break down? Okay, so that's kind of what I'm watching here on the bigger picture, right? So you could assume that if we break down, this is a potential short position, And if we can chop around a little bit, maybe come to the bottom of this range. Let me take this off. If we can come down to the bottom of the range, come back up, come back down, and then break out, now we're talking about going long here. So definitely want to keep this on watch. Currently down 158, 159 on the Nasdaq. Let's kind of check the S&P. The Dow. The Dow kind of took some selling pressure along with the Nasdaq, and so did the micro E-minis on the S&P 500, also trading below the 20 SMA here. A little bit of resistance that we're coming into right around this 46.34. We do have a washout around 46.26. 46.24 would be the washout short. Until then, kind of just hanging out. No trade here for me yet. If you guys aren't a member of my Discord, that link will be down in the description box below. You guys could join the Discord, completely free to join. I also do have a trading watch list and signals for options and equities. If you like to trade stocks as well, predominantly is going to be all of the, the big tech stocks. I trade, a lot of Microsoft, a lot of Facebook, a lot of Apple, a lot of AMD, a lot of Nvidia. Those are my bread and butters. That's what I like to trade. Futures will mainly be MNQ, which is going to be /NQ. And I like to trade MES, which is going to be /ES for the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100. You see here, we got a lot of volume right at this 15,436. It's going to hold us a little bit of support here. If we do lose this level, 15,420, and as soon as we can get over 15,440, we could potentially run to 15,450, 15,460 pretty quickly. But we're going to need to get over this 20 SMA here. So the thing with trading, it's all a waiting game, guys. Patience, patience, patience. You can't just jump in short here because the candle's red. You can't just jump in long because you think it's going to bounce here. If you kind of look at it, we are forming a little bit of a trend line here. Can we continue to hold this level? Again, we're going to need this bounce, and we're going to need to clear over this 20 SMA. If we can clear over this 20 SMA, it could potentially be setting up for a good trade. So watching us right here, trying to get back over the 20. What I'm looking for is a close over the 20. So we just formed a new 5-minute candle here. If we can close over on the 5-minute time frame here and get that close, I'll be waiting for the 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time candle to form and give us a confirmation here.